It's Arrington-Bey. It is September the 14th, 2020. I'm at the post office in Annapolis, Maryland. So what I'm about to do is mail off this unemployment letter stating to have the taxes removed from both for state and federal. I think it says in Maryland, it says I elect to have both federal and Maryland state income taxes withheld from the unemployment insurance benefits at a combined rate of 17%. Do not request Maryland state taxes be withheld if you do not intend to file a Maryland state tax return. So I chose that option, and I think it's pretty. I think this is good. And so just got off work from Burger King. So I applied for unemployment after I told Carl, the owner of Burger King, about let's see. I told him about one of the managers. I think I told you this, Thomas. He's a black male, addressing the customers as Mo, and then addressing me as Mo. I'm not saying this is why I was removed from Mondays, but I was removed from Mondays after that, right after. I wasn't working on Mondays anymore. So I just, this schedule, so this happened. So it's been approximately 2 months, no Mondays. And we had the conversation of Thomas actually denied saying it. Even today, I was hearing him say "Mo" to the customers. It's just like on the camera, black males that imply to be connected to the United States military, Navy, and Army, or are because they drive automobiles with the license plates. Who knows? Was saying "Mo" to one another while I was on my break. It was one of the black males that, not one, two of the black males that sit there at Burger King. You know, Burger King is considered to be a restaurant, but some people call it fast food. But they would sit there for hours at a time. And so Mo is usually a term that Moorish Americans who have claimed a nationality would say to one another. And when they say this to one another, it's a term of endearment. It's a short word for saying more. And to claim your nationality, you usually, with Moorish American National Republic, that's what we did. We took the classes. And after we took the classes, we went through steps of naturalization. We affirmed to uphold the U.S.A. Constitution of 1787. The 13th Amendment with 20 sections, and all 4 of Abraham Lincoln's proclamations. So I noticed even today he was still saying "Mo" to the customers. So what made me speak to Carl, the owner, about it was because I noticed he was saying it to customers many times. But then he addressed, and some of the customers were pale-skinned, or because I don't know if they claim a nationality. I could see a few of them seem irritated, but because he would say "love" too, like he would address the customers as "love." But I asked him not. When he started to address me as "love," I said, "Just call me Rhonda. That's too personal." So what made me speak to Carl about it is when he addressed me with "Mo." I was like, "Sir, don't address me with Mo." Instead of him saying "No, I didn't say Mo," I asked him. I said, "What did you say? Did you call me Mo?" He started saying "Mo man, Mo man, Mo man." Like, I don't know why would someone who is obviously a man would go back and forth saying "Mo man, Mo man, Mo man." I mean, he looks like a man. I don't know. That wasn't the question. I asked him. I said, "Did you address me as Mo?" And he didn't say no. I didn't say Mo. So he even denied it in front of Carl, but he's still saying it to the customers. Even today is September the 14th, 2020. Right now I'm feeling a sharp pain in my left ankle. You remember I told you I started feeling sharp pains? Like someone outside around American Extended Stay with a black Negro accent, male and female, keep begging, like saying "I love you," like they deranged, like an animal. Saying "I love you, we paid." That is so. And then this, I've been giving testimony about that for over 2 years. I mean, literally sound like a deranged animal. And they also have a Spanish accent saying the same thing, or pale skin accent, literally. But mainly it's the black Negro African American accent. And because I know these accents, I learned these accents, you grow up, you know. So I was like, what is going on? I mean, why is someone outside or around the room at American Extended Stay sound like an animal, literally like a beast? "I love you," and like mumbling, like a robot. Okay? So, anyway, So after, I was giving testimony about it over and over again, and I noticed every time I leave Burger King, I start feeling a sharp pain in my left ankle. Because Khalid Muhammad was talking about how Annapolis had a high rate of a disease, of sexually transmitted disease. He's a co-worker. I mean, they were talking about sexually transmitted diseases like it was nothing. Now, to me, if you have a sexually transmitted disease, either you're going to try to heal yourself or you sustain. You're not gonna sit there. To me, this is me. I'm not gonna stalk someone and try to have sex with somebody if I have a transmitted sexual disease, Islam. So that is something to find out that coworkers were talking about having a sexually transmitted disease like it was nothing. It's like, herpes is nothing. Like, it's like, okay, well, you don't judge them because, people have immune deficiency. But I would not, it's like, what kind of sickness in your mind to sit there and think it's okay to talk about something in a normality? Like, it's like, okay, and so what? I got herpes. So what? I got gonorrhea, chlamydia. So what? Can you still have sex with me? I love you. So anyway, that's exactly how it sounded like. But I wasn't in the conversation, but I felt a sharp pain that day when they were having that conversation. I mean, they were talking about it like it was normal in Annapolis to have a sexually transmitted disease. Like, this is what everybody have a sexually transmitted disease, and this puts you in a category so you can be with certain types of males. So if you have a sexually transmitted disease or you have a low immune deficiency, that makes you that puts you in a category, in a jurisdiction that you have to be with certain type of male and females, Islam. And so, and that's keeping it 100. That's literally keeping it 100. So instead of thinking in a mental health state of mind, so let me heal myself. Let me figure out how I'm going to heal or whatever before I try to move forward. They trying to still have sex and amalgamate with and full of diseases. That's what I was thinking. It's like they, in my thoughts. Okay, I was like, and so anyway, I was feeling sharp pain right now as I was talking about the United States military, the Navy and the Army, because a lot of times, though they used to say military outside and around the room, and Americans didn't stay as well. So, and still, I have issues with my tablet. Like, for instance, when I started documenting about them, all of a sudden, like, the word Al Qaeda would come up. Okay. Now, what Imani and I, we have affirmed to uphold constitutional law. Why would a word, when I press A, Al Qaeda come up on my tablet? I don't have nothing to do with Al Qaeda. That's an extremist Islamic group. It sort of reminds me of 9/11.
You would have said something by now. Don't worry. We're good. I'm not in a rush.
So, one of the things I pray about Dwayne Bafile out loud verbally, I give testimony. I say, Allah, thank you for your divine protection from all unclean spirits. Unclean spirits can be in a body of a black, African American, Negro, male or female. They could be pale skin. They could be those that speak Spanish. It doesn't have to be you can't look at someone and tell that they're unclean in spirit. Anyone could be unclean in spirit. You could be unclean in spirit just having negative thoughts, and you send those thoughts out constantly, behaving negative. So that's a spirit to me. So I always give honor and praise to you all for protection of all unclean spirits. They could be foreign. They could come from the Middle East. Unclean spirits come in many forms and bodies, and you can't think that everyone that you see is unclean in spirit, but they do exist. So many times verbally, Dwayne Bafile, when I'm out, I always give praise. And I say, Allah, thank you for killing and destroying these low-life, filthy, abomination spirits. And spirits can have kids, and these filthy, low-life, abomination kids and their seeds. Because you don't want an unclean spirit to travel, because that not only affects you, that affects the earth and the universe. And so that keeps the frequency low. So I always give praise to Allah for killing and destroying these spirits, because the earth and the universe was made in freedom, love, true peace, freedom, and justice. Our preamble in our Constitution represents love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Once again, the preamble in our Constitution of U.S.A. of 1787 represents love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. The earth and the universe was made in freedom, and these divine laws of freedom. So, that connects to the earth and the universe and the frequency. So once naturally these unclean spirits are exterminated, we call them abominations. In Matthew, Jesus expelled many unclean spirits in the Holy Bible. The Holy Bible was made public law in this country. It was made public law, I think it was October, I get the dates wrong sometime, but it was 1882. And in Matthew, it was made, definitely Matthew, Jesus spoke about many times expelling, in Mark, unclean spirits. So I give praise, and I verbally, either I say it when I'm walking or back and forth to work or whatever, or sometimes just mentally. Allah is great the way. Talk to you later. Bye. It is September the 14th, 2020. I'm almost there. So I'm sending this letter with a tracking, so I can track and make sure it gets to the place where it's supposed to go. A lot of I never had an issue with the post office, but you know, things happen. So, and I'm on the COVID-19 pandemic. It's wrong.